Welcome to a very special edition of Sunshine Spotlight 2021. We made it. We're in the new year, and our very first show has the very first time we've had two guests on at the same time. And why not? 20 years ago, 4 days after this drops for the first time, Azure Ray released their self-titled debut record, and it was brilliant. It's a huge part of my life, my wife's life, and why not have Maria Taylor and Orenda Fink, who are part of, or totally are, Azure Ray. I should get that out. I'm so nervous because you guys are so cool. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got to say, thank you so much, first of all, for all the great music. But let's talk about this first record since you are celebrating it. I guess I should ask you first, Maria, can you believe, you were just saying, I can't believe it's holiday season and it's all this other stuff so fast. Can you believe it's been 20 years since you made that record? Does it seem like 20 years?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, it seems sort of like a lifetime ago. You know, so much has changed. I mean, Orenda and I, we've lived in so many different cities since then. I started a family. Orenda's married. I mean, we've lived a whole bunch of lives since then. And so, yeah, I don't know. But then also it seems like yesterday, but it's crazy. 20 years is a long time.
Orenda, what do you remember most about that record?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's cemented in my head about the record, but I do remember just the vibe of the month that we made it, you know, and just kind of like meeting Eric Bachman for the first time. And, you know, we were all kind of crammed in this tiny room around one 8-track recorder. So it was a very intimate, and it was just the three of us basically, except for a few guest musicians. But it was just a very intimate and new way of recording that we hadn't really done before.
And think about all that changed at the end of 2001, right? I mean, now we just went through a pandemic. We're going through it now. You guys record this at the very beginning of 2001, and we all know what happened in September of that year. The thing that really sparks it for me, and I've mentioned this before, and Adam actually mentioned it when Maria played the festival on stage about what this record meant to my wife and I, but it also meant it because we lost her dad earlier in 2000. And there's the aspects of this record, the songs are so emotional and they are so pinpoint on expressing emotion that it just spoke to us. Maria, when you worked on these songs, from my research, you had lost someone close to you as well, and they informed a lot of these songs, right?
Yeah, my boyfriend at the time, he passed away. He was actually in the van with us. We were coming back we had a band called Little Red Rocket, and it was just a fun party band. And he was, he went to a show with us, and we were driving back, and yeah, he passed away. And so that was just this pivotal point in our lives in so many respects, but we just never wanted to play those songs again. We never, you know, that band was over that day, and these songs were how we coped with that death and how we mourned and how it was our therapy. And we really had no intention of doing anything with them. This was just, you know, I moved in immediately with Orenda after he died. And we just were writing these songs and playing them for each other. And we played them at a memorial show. And that's when our friend who owned a small label came up to us and just said, would you be interested in releasing these songs? They're beautiful. I think people, you know, would like to hear them. And so we thought about it and we were like, okay, sure. But we had really never even considered it. So yeah, this was, it was our therapy. This was a direct result of us dealing with grief.
Orenda, what's behind the name Azure Ray? Can you give us a little, does that speak to what Maria was just kind of saying?
Yeah, actually Brian Causey, who was in some ways the impetus for Azure Ray, because we sang these songs at a memorial show for her boyfriend, and he went to the show and heard the songs, and he's the one that suggested we record them, because we really had no plans for these songs outside of just kind of being an homage, you know, and a catharsis. But so he suggested we record them, and he's also the one that suggested we use Eric Bachman, and he wanted to put it out on his label Worm Recordings. And he came up with the name too, because we told him we wanted something like blue light. And so he came up with the name Azure Ray, and we loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's when I think about that record, I think about you guys. When I first met Maria, I was so blown away, and she'd played the festival, and then her last record, 1111, was brilliant. And but I think of you guys getting back together and making music again. What was Maria? What was the? I know it's been a couple of years now. You've been playing together, and I'm assuming writing together. What was the to use your term, Orenda? What was the impetus behind that getting back together?
You know, we've discussed this before, and I think that a lot of it is just geography, like where we've always moved to different places, and when Orenda and I end up in the same city or in the same place, you know, we're like the best of friends, and so when we're hanging out in person, it's just like, well, why not make music? You know, that's just part of the extension of our friendship. So she recently, you know, was it like 2 years ago, Orenda, or a year and a half? Wow. So she's moved to California. And so, yeah, we just started hanging out all the time again. And so, and then in that time frame, we also got all of our records back. We retained the rights to everything we've ever released. And so, yeah. And so then we realized, you know, this record has never been out on vinyl, which is crazy. And people have been asking for the past 20 years, like, are you going to put it out on vinyl? So we just thought, this is a special record to us. Like, let's re-release it. Let's put it out on vinyl. Let's make a thing out of it. And then we also are working on a new record that is almost done, and we're very excited about it.
Cool. And that would be how many? You had another record a couple of years after the self-titled record, right? And then after that, I'm sorry, I forgot.
We have Burn and Shiver was a couple of years after this one, and then we had an EP November. And then we had Hold on Love, which was another full length. And then we waited about 8 years, and then we put out another full length, which was Drawing Down the Moon. And then we put out an EP. And then this is our first full length. And how many years has it been, Orenda? Like 8, 9, 10?
Yeah, almost 10 years, our first full length.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, again, it's a joy just talking to you guys right now. All right, we're gonna come back. We're gonna play a little. I gotta give the fans what they want. I'd like to play an Azure Ray clip. Now, we talked about it before we went to tape, and you guys, nobody ever taped anything from that first tour. There's nothing that exists, and hardly anything that exists from even back in the day when you guys were by the first or second album. But luckily, we have this. Why don't you preview this and we play it, Maria? Let us know what it is.
Okay, yeah. So when we got back all of our hard drives from our old labels, you know, we've had a couple of labels, we discovered this one video that we shot, and this was probably a few years after this first record. And it was at Orenda's house in her studio, and we just did a live version of one of our songs from the record, Hold on Love, and it was called The Drinks We Drank Last Night. How old were we? Like 20, 24?
Yeah, probably around that age.
All right, here we go. The drinks we drank that night. Azure Ray, as they were back in the day.
Riding on these waves, holding on to what you say. Everything will be okay. It will work out one way. But I've drifted way too far. My arms, my legs have grown too tired. And could you be inspired? Now I'm just tired. And on a swing you push me hard, so I'll come back to where you are. And you know I'm never far. No decisions, nothing hard. And I knew that it would rain tonight. I'll take the bus or the next flight. I won't give up on what feels right. If you see these tears fill in my eyes, it's just the wind that makes me cry. the drinks we drank last night. And the shadow of our past projects on clouds of dust and gas. The ones where my eyes will rest, a silhouette of loneliness. If you see these tears filling my eyes, it's just the wind that makes me cry. If you could feel this pain inside, it's from the drinks we drank last night. It's from the drinks we drank last night.
There it is, the drinks we drank last night, or that night. I said whatever. I think Maria told me she likes that night too. So
I like it.
Thank you. I want to talk about another song now from your first record, which was a song that Erin, my wife, and I put on every mixtape that we ever did for 10 years, and that's Displaced, which is an absolutely gorgeous song. I don't know who wants to take this, maybe Orenda and then Maria, both you guys. That song just blows me away on every level, lyrically, musically, your harmonies, everything about it. We haven't even talked about your guys singing together, which is absolutely stunning. What do you remember about that song, Orenda?
Well, that's Maria's song, so maybe she should speak on that one.
But it's funny, Orenda, because we were talking about maybe doing a little a cappella thing for you today, and Orenda suggested this song, and I didn't realize it was your jam.
It came to me.
I don't know how. What's that?
Orenda's psychic, for real.
All right. So this is perfect. I love this. Maybe my favorite part of the show that I've ever done. All right. Are you guys going to try this? I don't know how the audio is going to pick it up, but look at this. He's got a guitar. All right. I'm just going to shut up now and enjoy this.
You know what? There's going to be a delay, so it's not going to really sound good. But we're going to try our best. It's just a simple line, but I can still hear it all of the time. If I can just hold on tonight, I know that nothing survives, nothing survives. I think I'm turned around. I'm looking up, not looking down. And when I'm standing still, watching you run, watching you fall, falling. Am I making something worthwhile out of this place? Am I making something worthwhile lost chase. I am displaced. I am displaced.
I wish I heard you better, but it was still so beautiful to hear. Oh my God, that is so good. I'm going to need a minute. Oh, that song is so beautiful. I can't wait to play this episode for my wife. All right. So, whew, that was great. Thank you. Oh man, this is a highlight of my year already. Can we shut down 2021 now? We're done.
Don't shut it down, please.
That's right.
This year.
All right. Speaking of which, I'm crossing both these fingers. Well, every finger I got toes now. I'm crossing too. That we get to have music this summer, maybe even the fall with the vaccine and everything. Do you guys have any plans on how to promote this 20th anniversary, the vinyl coming out, all the things you want to do this year? Is there plans? Please give us plans.
Orenda?
Well, I don't think there will be live music. Well, I know there won't be live music around the 20th anniversary release because that's in January. Mm-hmm. But I think by the time we put this new record out, which we're thinking maybe, hopefully our goal is May, maybe things will have started. You know, I guess we don't really know when we're going to get our vaccines, right? It could be May, it could be July. So, you know, I guess we're going to play it by ear as far as how to promote it and how to play shows, but we'll be ready when we're all safe.
What's your thoughts on all that, Maria?
Oh God, I'm itching to play live. I don't know. I hope as soon as it's safe, I want to be one of the first bands out there, you know, I really am so excited to promote our new record and just to play these old songs again and to bring this one back to life. So, I don't know. I have a lot of hope that this year is going to get back to normal.
Well, all I could say is anybody watching this now, run, don't walk to get to Spotify or wherever, or order up a vinyl version of Azure Ray's first record. It's one of my favorite records of all time, and I mean that. And these two guys are so sweet, so great. Orenda, it's the first time we're meeting. Thank you so much for doing the show.
Great to meet you.
Have a great 2021. Hopefully you guys will be able to play. Maria, you know I love you. And best to the family.
Thank you.
Yeah.
To see you, sort of, and not person, but to see you moving around, not just a picture.
It is good to see you too. And so I'll be following you guys all throughout the year. Everybody, that is Azure Ray, Maria, Orenda. They've got an album out coming out in May, but please go out and get a copy of Azure Ray's first record because it truly is a celebration. Wonderful record. This has been Sunshine Spotlight. I'm James Campion. Say bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.